Welcome back to Askewed Reviews. And today I'm reviewing a film that's currently in theaters. The movie that I'm referring to is the 2025 film Until Dawn. This is directed by David F. Sandberg. The first thing I'll mention when talking about this film is if you didn't know, it is technically based off of a video game of the same name. Now, unfortunately, this film is getting a lot of hate at the moment because a lot of people are saying it's not based enough on the game. So I'll go into that more by the end of my review, but let me at least tell you about what the concept for this film is. So our main character is a girl named Clover, and her sister Melanie has been missing for some time. So Clover and some of her closest friends have decided to see if they can track her down by following different little video vignettes that she made online and just kind of messages that she posted to see if they can actually find her. Now, their search eventually brings them to this place that's kind of in the middle of absolutely nowhere, but it does appear that Melanie may have actually shown up here before. At first, this place is a complete mystery, but once night falls, it becomes even more confusing. These 20 something year olds quickly realize that there seems to be no way to actually leave the property, and something is now trying to hunt them down. As the night progresses, each one of our characters begin losing their lives. And once all of them are dead, they come back to life. There is a bit of trial and error, and of course, some mysteries to solve, but they begin to notice that there is going to be a certain amount of nights that they can actually go up till. But if they can survive until dawn, then they will make it and hopefully be able to get out of this place. So, going back to what I was mentioning before, a lot of people don't like the fact that this is based off of a video game, and other than some nods towards it, it has nothing to do with the game itself. Now, this is actually something that I will come to defend when it comes to this movie. The director has even stated that the original game was so cinematic, the fact that the actual characters looked exactly like their actors, the gameplay itself looked like a real movie, that it would have felt cheap and it wouldn't have been as impactful if they just redid the exact same story as they did for the video game. So I do understand a lot of people are not happy with that. I was not bothered by that. I'm glad that they kind of went with something that was connected to it, but wasn't the exact same thing. Something else that I did like about this film was the atmosphere and the look. Now, mind you, it is difficult to try to get that same feel that you got from the video game, where it was just so intense and it really gripped you and kept you on the end of your seat. But I liked their concept, their idea that it restarted kind of like how the save files did for the game. But I wasn't bothered by it being a little different. I did, in fact, enjoy it. Now, here's where my actual issue comes with this film: the actors. The characters and the actors were so boring. We didn't get to know them pretty much at all. We jumped into everything without there being any kind of setup, and I just didn't care what happened to any of them because of that. One other thing I'll also mention and try to be as spoiler free as possible with this: the ending, or at least the ending specifically involving the main boss, I guess you could say, was very anticlimactic. I was not a fan of their choice with that whatsoever. So, at least for me, I don't think this movie deserves as much hate as it's actually getting, but I also don't think this was an amazing movie or even a great movie. So, at least for me on my scale, I'm giving Until Dawn a 3 out of 5. Now, if you've already seen this movie, or if you want to go see it and then come back to this video, please let me know what you thought about this film in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Askewed Reviews. And if there's any other films coming to theaters that you think I should watch and do a review for, please mention them in the comments as well.